Hi girls, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to show you how to create this soft glam. I am going to go for lunch with my girls and I just wanted to be a little bit extra. I do love to be glam, but it doesn't have to be that glamorous because I'm just going for lunch, you know. So if you want to find out how I created this look, then keep on watching. Yes, I'm very well aware of my presence, but I feel like it totally matches with the vibe of the video. I already pre-moisturized my face and I also extra moisturized my face with the Clinique Moisture Surge. I think my skin looks extra glowy, so the makeup will be extra good. I'm going to start with the boring part first, and that is carving out my brows. But first I'm gonna remove all of the excess product of my brows. I'm going to use my Dior Backstage concealer. I'm just gonna place this right under my brow bone, and then I'm gonna take a flat brush like this and just carving out the brow. I feel like brows are such a boring part. I'm also going to be spreading this all over my eyelid. I'm gonna use this vanilla shade of the Kylie Cosmetics The Bronze Palette to lightly set my eyes. This immediately gives so much brightness to your eyes. All set. And now I'm going to remove the eye patches. These under eyes better be moisturized. I'm gonna prime my face with the Maybelline Grippy Primer. I am getting ready for a lunch with my girlfriends, but I look outside and it's pouring rain. Is summer over because it has not been good weather since 5 days. Belgian summer is something so unstable. One day it can be 30 degrees, the other day it can be 20 degrees. Like, just going to pat it into my skin and I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes to do its work before we apply foundation. I am going to spot conceal as well, again with my Dior Backstage concealer. I just want to cover them so they don't show when I put on foundation. For foundation, I'm deciding between my MCO Beauty Miracle Flawless Skin Foundation and my Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation, but I feel like my MCO Beauty is going to be way too orange. I've never tried this because I did bought the wrong shade. Like, no. I'm going to swatch this foundation just to see how orange it actually is. Yeah. Maybe if I'm freshly fake tan, then this could be an option, but for now, no, that looks scary. So that means I will be going for my Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. Guys, if this foundation were to be in a Dior bottle or in an Armani bottle, I would have believed you because it's just so good. First on my hand, then I'm gonna put it on my face with this brush. I'm gonna try to avoid the area around my brows, so I will be putting it very close but just not on top of the brows. I'm gonna take my beauty blender to blend everything out because I feel like this foundation just works best with a beauty blender. I'm going to avoid the area around my eyes because I will be putting concealer under my eyes. I added a little bit more foundation to my nose because I feel like this area is more red than other areas of my face. I'm gonna blend the harsh line that I have on my brows out with a very fine brush. Guys, sometimes it's all about the details, okay? For concealer, I am going to use my Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. I feel like this is really an OG in the beauty world. I'm gonna highlight my eyes. It's almost empty. Like this. In the middle of my brows. Under my nose and on my chin. And a little bit under my jawline. I am going to blend everything out with my concealer brush from Zoeva. I feel like this concealer is on the drier side, so if you have dry under eyes or dry skin in general, it might not look as good. So I will be blending this in my skin very well. But this concealer is pretty full coverage, and I feel like with very full coverage concealers, they are a bit on the drier side versus my Dior Backstage, which is a bit more hydrating but on the lower coverage side. You know what? I am going to use my beauty blender to blend this out because then it brings back some moisture in my skin. It's now 10 AM. I need to be ready at 12. I know it's crazy because it's still 2 hours, but I feel like I'm in a rush because with filming, it just takes a lot of time and you're not very aware of your time. There is like cat hair all over my face. You see how that just removed my concealer? Concealer is on, but I feel like I need some moisture back into my skin, so I'll be using the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and this is just gonna set a concealer, bring some moisture back into my skin, and it's gonna look flawless. I don't think I will recommend that Clinique Moisture Surge because it did leave like a dry spot here. I don't really like Clinique products in general, but I was like, I'm going to give this sample a try, but I do regret it. I do regret it. Yeah. Anywho, I am going to bronze up my face with my Dior contour stick. I use the shade 210 and I'm really going to apply this on the highest point of my cheeks. And I am going to dab this product into my skin. If you guys have good bronzer sticks recommendations, then please leave that in the comments below. I only have one contour stick and that's it, because all the other things that I try are just not good. I just bumped into my bronzer, oh my god. I was putting on my bronzer and I feel like I just removed away my makeup underneath. So I think it's definitely the Clinique Moisture Surge. I will not be using that ever again. I do not recommend, okay? A little bit of bronzer under my jawline. I'm not going to go too heavy on the nose contour, so I'm just going to use what's left over on my brush onto my nose. To finish up the bronzing part, I am going to be setting my creamy bronzer with the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the Deserve Butter color. Such a perfect color, and I'm just going to lightly go over my creamy bronzer because I really don't want the bronzer to be moving anymore. I feel like this kind of fixed the problem that I have with the Clinique Moisture Surge and dissolving my bronzer. So thank you. I'm going to brighten up my under eyes with my favorite concealer from Morphe in color Blossom. It's really like a pink concealer just to brighten up your under eyes. And it's just perfect. Who doesn't want to have pink under eyes? I'm only going to place it in the inner and outer corner of my eye. I'm just gonna pat it down to my nose and up my eye into my hairline. This really just gives a natural facelift. Do you see the lift? Because I see it. It's time to set the under eyes, and I'm going to do that with my Morphe Jumbo Bake Set in the color Brightening Pink. This is like such a good match with the Morphe Blossom Concealer. I'm also going to set the part under my contour, on my chin and on my forehead because I will be getting oily. I am going to go in again with my Buttermelt Bronzer because I feel like every time I use powder, my bronzer just vanishes. Very lightly, nothing too crazy actually. As for blush, I'm going to use this GLAM blush. I just got it yesterday and it's in the color Petal Talk. It really looks like a neon pink, so I've never tried it before, so I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. Look how bright this looks, oh my god. I'm kind of scared to put this on my face, but let's go for it. I'm just going to put this on the highest points of my cheekbones. Wow. That's really like a bubblegum pink. As a kid, I used to be obsessed with bubblegum, and this color reminds me so much of the packaging of the bubblegum. Okay, GLAM, I see you. I see you. It's really just like the perfect Barbie pink. I love pink blushes. I feel like with GLAM blushes, they look like they're going to blend out very dry. They're not. And this only costs €6.50. I will be setting my cream blush with the Dior Pink Blush. Who remembers this blush? This blush went viral 5 years ago on TikTok and it got sold out everywhere. If I hit the pan with a product, this means that I love this product. Just gonna pack it on there. And this matches perfectly with the GLAM Cream Blush. It has kind of like the same vibe. I used to not be a blush girl, but now I love it. But still, blush blindness, that's not cute. Like, let's not do that anymore. Let's leave that trend in 2025. I am going to be filling in my brows, but before I do that, I am going to remove all the excess product that is in my brows, just with a wet towel. Guys, I hear my neighbor snoring through the ceiling. I live in an apartment with very thin walls, and when I go to sleep I need to put in earplugs so I cannot hear her anymore because I will not be able to sleep. It's that loud. Anyways, I did my brows off camera because I feel like it's super boring and it's something so personal, but I will show you which products that I used. I used my Kat Slim Metric Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in color 20 medium. I went lightly over that with the Essence Super Last 24 Hours Eyebrow Pomade Pencil Waterproof, also in color 20 medium, I think. And then I locked my eyebrows, of course, with the Maybelline Super Clear Brow Glue. It's the best. It locks my eyebrows like a pro. And I've already used many brow products. Nothing does the job as good as this cheap ass brow glue. Before we're moving into eyes, I'm gonna set my face again with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, just to lock in all the powders. I'm just gonna keep it very simple, and I will use my bronzer as an eyeshadow. You can never go wrong with using your bronzer as an eyeshadow base. I'm gonna blend it up and out, really focusing on my crease. That's honestly such a pretty shade. Just gonna blend until I'm satisfied with how it looks. I'm going to take this very deep chocolate brown color in Mocha Latte. I'm going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm just gonna blend at the same place. My goal is to create a perfect soft glam eyeshadow look. I really want to light up the inner corners of my eyes. I am going to do that with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette. I'm gonna use this highlighter color here in the corner. Really focus that on the inner corner of my eye. Feel like I need a lighter shade first, so I am going to go in with a very white shade first. Really bring this in the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to go back in with a highlight shade of this eyeshadow palette. Pack the highlighter shade on, or at least try to. Maybe I should use my fingers for this. I feel like I will get more pigment on my eyes than using a brush. Yeah, I see the difference. That's the inner corner highlight that I wanted. Maybe I can pack even more on and use like an actual highlighter. We'll see. Now I'm gonna use this eyeliner pencil, and I'm really gonna focus this on the waterline of my eye. Doesn't need to be perfect because I'm gonna smudge it out anyway. Then I'm going to blend this eyeliner out with an actual eyeliner brush. Really like create a soft line on top of my eyes. You see, this just creates the perfect soft glam wing. As for mascara, I am going to use this Maybelline The Falsies Surreal Mascara. I don't know if I really like it because I feel like the brush is very big and I don't have the biggest eyes. So I really need to focus when I put mascara on because otherwise it will be everywhere. I am going to put on 2 coats of this mascara. This is coat 1 and this is coat 2. I want to highlight my eyes even more, so I put on some white eyeliner and I really put it just like on my waterline. I feel like a doll when I put this on. For lips, I don't know where I want to go for. I swatched like multiple lip liners, but I really don't know. I really don't know. I will go for NYX Mauve. I'm also going to add a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Penelope Pink in the middle of my lips. For lip gloss, I am going to use a Fenty Beauty in Sweet Mouth. Also added a little bit of my Laneige Strawberry Sprinkles because I did want it to be a little bit more pink. I'm not really satisfied with how my lips are looking, but this made it a bit better. The final step, and that is setting everything with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second Setting Mist. Just took out my heatless curls. I'm super happy with how they turned out. It really feels like I did a whole blowout. The only thing that I needed to do was put this thing on. So I'm really happy how the makeup turned out. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, comment, share this video if you liked it. I hope you will have a great day today, and I hope that you do something for yourself today. Do some skincare, do some self-care, go for a walk, get a coffee, like whatever it is that you like, just go do it, girl. You deserve it. See you in my next video.